Yeah, that's me, and this is the show. Do Not Talk, talking about two things you're never supposed to talk about: religion and politics. Thank you so much for checking us out, and I've got a good person I want you to meet. Her name is Marina. Wait a minute. You know what? I've never actually asked. How do you pronounce your last name?
It's Gobble, but I say Gable because it's easier for everybody. It's German.
And it's actually pronounced Gobble.
Yeah, I know, but Gable sounds cooler. So
That's funny.
I
Okay,
know.
go back to the green room. I'm sorry. I listen. My last name is Simons, and I'm always having to tell people, no, there's an S on the end. No, it's not Simmons. It only has one M. I can't afford two M's. Simons, and yeah, who am I to talk? All I know is she's fantastic. She's a kick, and she's running for office. Well, kinda. She's running for the people. She's running to be part of the people who pick who's going to be running for office. Does that make sense? It will in a second. Marina Gobble Gable coming up next here on Do Not Talk. Hit it!
Yep, here he comes. Riding his trusted steed through the Sierra foothills as he brings you the news.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
He calls himself
Charlie!
What you doing, Charlie?
Sorry, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. There you are. Look how cute you are. Yeah.
Hey, Charlie. What's with the dark glasses?
And now, here he is, a man of God, living in a world of Disney.
Ow, Charlie!
Charlie Simons.
Charlie bit me.
Listen, it wasn't really technically a bite. It was more kind of like a nibble. Yeah. I want you to meet Marina Gable. Marina, you're single mom?
I am. I am.
Single. How many kids you got?
Just one. That's
Okay.
plenty.
And yeah, I was going to say, and how old is he or she?
He's officially a teenager, 14.
How's that going?
Uh, we've had our ups and downs. Mostly ups, though. He's a good kid. I'm a
What
lucky mom, actually.
what were you like when you were 14?
Oh, I think I feel bad for my parents. No, I
Because
was a good kid.
that's what parents say. You're going to be sorry you're treating me this way someday when your kid treats you this way.
Yeah. Yeah. They just couldn't
I
catch me. I was that good.
I've been so impressed with Marina. I've been to many events at the Capitol building downtown Sacramento, and at different kinds of meetings, committee meetings, school board meetings, things like that. I've seen her in action.
Anaheim.
And
We were in Anaheim
yeah,
together.
that's right, at the California GOP convention, which was a huge, tremendous
Yes.
disappointment.
That was fun.
I'm just this side of done with the California GOP. I've had it. I'm a delegate, thanks to Rudy Rosselli. He's running against that slug John Garamendi in the Bay Area. He invited me to be one of his delegates. That's why I was there. I've been to two of them now. You hear the whole adage about you like sausage, you want to eat sausage, don't ever see how it's actually made and what goes into it. That's kind of what I experienced. That's what I experienced, and it's just about completely put me off sausage and hot dogs, especially with the chairwoman, Jessica Patterson. And just recently down in Anaheim, they actually tried to change the Republican charter. They actually tried to take out that we stand for life, that we stand for marriage between a man and a woman, that we
Yeah.
stand for legal immigration. They tried to take all of this stuff out of the Republican charter for the
Right.
state.
It was standard states are 14 to 16 pages for the platforms, and they were trying to take it down to 4 pages.
Mhm.
4
And
pages. They
what
took
would be the reason for
everything
that?
out.
What would be the reason for that?
Excuse me?
What would be the reason?
To water us down, so I don't know, we could become Democrats. I don't know, to get
Exactly.
more votes. But
Exactly.
why weaken us?
Yeah.
Why do
We're
that?
because we seem to be run by a whole bevy of rhinos. That's why they would do that. Um, then you meet people like Marina who say, "Yeah, no, we're not going to keep doing this. I've got to get involved." And those are the people I really admire.
Exactly.
You become my hero. You've never run for anything, and you say, "Nope, that's enough." Now you're not actually running for office, though. You're running for
No,
something with the GOP, the Republican Party, right?
correct. So Central Committee, and I'm at the moment I am an alternate for Anna Roba, which is Folsom City Council, and she asked me to be her alternate, and I accepted. And this is the first time, I've really gotten a taste for how Central Committee works. And since I've gotten involved, really involved in politics, was 2020, when my child was at 9 years old said, "I don't like what my teacher's saying." That's what woke me up. And I found out how to change things, and that's to change who's on your school board and how do you
Yeah, because
support
as
those
we
people.
learned showing up at the school board meetings and more people waking up to what the public education system was doing to our children, the indoctrination, the horrible, force feeding of
Yes.
their crap, and that's exactly what it is. And we
Yeah.
showed up, and we were loud, and we said, "Nope,"
Yes.
and we're getting up in front of these school boards, and we're saying, "What is wrong with you people? Stop doing this. Who do you think you are?" Well, you know what we found out very quickly? They have an agenda. They're not there by accident. They're doing this
Hmm.
on purpose. They're doing their father's work just as quickly as possible, for his time is short. I'm talking about the work of the devil, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I'm not
Yeah,
being
it's evil.
dramatic. I
No,
saw
it's
a
evil.
whole lot of wicked people who were sitting up there on their little arrogant perch saying, "You know what? We don't care what you say. We don't care what you do. We don't care how you feel. We're going to do what we want because they're our children now." And that is their attitude, isn't it?
Unfortunately, they really do believe in what they're spreading, what they're trying to change our children. They're not allowing them to be children anymore. Actually, they're taking that away from them. And
Well, the more we got up there and the more we argued against it and said, "We don't want you doing this," and then we saw them doing it anyway. They literally said, "We don't care." They would suddenly
correct.
cancel the school board meeting, or they'd go in a back room and then never come back out again, or they would move the location of it, right before it would happen, and nobody knew where they were, so we'd show up, and that's not where the meeting was
Right.
even happening. This is the kind of arrogant stuff that they were doing. And then
So,
we
yeah,
decided, okay, we need to start running for these school boards. And people
correct.
like Marjorie Prophet, people like uh, Tiffany Sadoff. Well, she didn't run for school board, but people like that. Jonathan Zackerson. They're
Jonathan
they're running.
Zackerson, yes. Yep,
They're
yep.
running for school board. Jason Wedge
Yes.
flipped
Very
that school
exciting.
board. Very exciting absolutely right. And before
Yeah,
that,
and
so many of us not only had no idea about what was going on, especially with the central committees, but we would look at like, "Oh, you're running for school board? Oh, well, that's really no big deal. That's not much of anything. Are you serious?
it's
That's everything. That's why the
important.
communists concentrate on children. That's where they start. They know if you can
It's
turn an entire
incredibly
generation of
important.
children, yeah, so we started flipping these school boards, but then a lot
Correct.
of us started getting involved with the central committees, and a lot of us didn't like what we were seeing, especially in your area, Sacramento. And we started seeing a
Right.
lot of people who we thought were on our side, and we thought were doing good things for the nation and for the state and for the county and for the city, who were not, were they?
Yes. So I realized attempting to recall an entire school board was not going to get it done.
Right.
That did bring a lot of people together. And actually, when I did that, there were 83 recalls up and down California of school board members. 83. Then I realized, no, that's not the way to go. We need to actually get people in, not just remove. We had to have people ready to be placed in. So, um, when Central Committee, when the offer came, I'm like, this is perfect. I love this. This is what I'm all about. I want to meet every candidate. I want to talk to them. I want to grill them. I want to know who you are, before I support you. And I mean, I've spent hours with different candidates. And, I say, hey, you're getting the teachers union. Are you sure you want to do that? Because parents have woken up. We don't support any candidates that get support from teachers unions. So are you sure you want to do that? Because you're going to lose.
We had
And then it ends up
Republicans
happening.
bragging about getting endorsements from teachers unions and from school districts and so on. I'm like, You're absolutely right. I was thinking the same thing." Really? Those people are the enemy.
Yeah.
They're the ones we're
So,
fighting against, and now you're bragging about getting their endorsement?
and those most of those people have not gotten a spot. So we're flipping boards. It is happening. It is happening. It's a slow process. I've had conversations with candidates that are to the left, progressive, and they're like, Marina, are you here to support me? And I said, no, I'm here to have a discussion with you. Your voice, there's enough of you on the board. We don't. There's no balance. There's no balance. You're not representing your community. It's all the same voice. We need people that represent us. So if you want to step down right now, it'd probably be a good idea. That's a conversation I came to have with you. I'm not here to support you.
I love that. And a
I
lot of
mean,
them,
I'm
that
not going to
that
lie to
is
you when I'm having a conversation.
"You wanna make
That's the
sure I'm not
truth.
gonna vote for you? You wanna make sure I'm not gonna vote for you and not gonna support you? Say these words. I wanna reach across the aisle and work with everybody.' No, I'm not interested in that anymore.
No,
We've
that
been
gets nothing.
dominated b
Yeah, that waters everything down. We don't want to water it down. We need strength. We don't need people that are going to blow with the wind.
Right.
Try to make friends on the board. That's not why you're there. That's not why
Right?
you're there.
Um,
So,
the I mentioned Jason Wedge and, that school board that he's a part of now up in Placer County. He's the one that
yes,
gave me the sign right here. Local action equals national impact from the Freedom Coalition. Local action equals national impact, and that's the only way we're gonna be able to reclaim our state here because we have a
yes,
whole lot of people against us, including the media. 99% of them are doing their father's work just quickly as possible for his time is short. They're all working for the
yes.
devil
I'm
too.
spam. I'm spam on Facebook. Like, uh, when I want to share something, I share it with all the groups I'm involved with, and that's a lot of groups. And so I just go share, 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 and then they're like, "Oh, you can't share for a whole hour because you're like spam." And I'm like, "Okay." I used to say that as a joke. Now I'm actually spam. So okay,
Okay.
I'll
I'm
take
on
that
my,
honor.
as Facebook, I'm on my 20th 90-day restriction. That's 5 years now. They have all but shut me down completely. But
Oh
I don't
wow,
care. I don't care.
wow.
I'm not gonna quit.
It's an
And that's
honor.
why
It's an
eh,
honor. It's a badge. Wear it,
that's why
Charlie.
we
Wear it.
have
It's a
yeah, I
badge.
do, I do. That's why, I keep telling my own fellow conservatives, this is our future right here. Don't ever
Yeah.
count on the media to turn around and go, "Oh, perhaps we've been wrong all this time. Gosh, maybe we better change our ways so we can improve our ratings and our readership and our
No.
subscriptions or whatever." No, because it is a religion to them. They worship the government. And this is what they want. They want their one world government, their Star Trek utopia. But how do we look at something like that without getting frustrated and go, holy cow, how do we go up against this? Well, here's how. What Marina is doing. Marina is making a change. She's not actually running for office for you to be able to vote for her, for everyone to be able to vote. She's running for a central committee. Now, explain to
Correct.
anybody who's never been a part of this, and I'm always encouraging everybody, you need to be. You need to
So
be showing
central,
up at these committees,
yeah,
at these
central
meetings.
committee is a way you can really be involved with your community and make changes, big changes. Um, all the candidates come, we interview them from school board up to, whoever whoever can attend. That's close. Like Kevin Kiley, he's come. Now Josh Hoover. But I've seen a lot of school board members. That's really important because that's where a lot of politics start. That people don't realize. That's like a stepping point, and either you care about kids or you don't. So it's really easy when a candidate is talking and you're listening, and you don't know until the end of their speech that they even have children. They're talking about business, which is important. Local businesses is important, but when the whole conversation is just about money, 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 you don't even realize until someone asks them a question about kids that they have children. You're like, I don't think this person understands what our community needs.
Yeah. Yeah, you might want to lead with
Of
that.
course we need money and businesses, but we have children. The children are the future, the ones that are going to, keep these family businesses going. So that's concerning. That's very concerning for me.
So when you get
And I've had
inside the inner workings like that, and you're a mover and shaker, you're planning people's future, you're giving them a choice to vote for at primary elections to decide who goes to the big election in November. Which, by
correct.
the way, Republicans, please start voting in the primaries. You're blowing
Yes.
it by not voting in the primary elections. And I'm gonna do everything I
Yeah.
can to bring people to your attention because the media is ignoring them. The media is not gonna tell you who they are. They're not gonna tell you about Marina. They're
No,
not gonna
door
tell you about
knocking.
any of these inner workings.
I'm
Certainly not.
telling you
Yeah,
about me. I'm knocking
good.
on doors. I've been out there in the rain, and they're like, "What are you doing out here?" I go, "I get hot when I walk, so I love it when it rains. It cools me off." So,
Why is it so
rain or
important?
shine.
Why is the Central Committee so important?
Well, first of all, you have people who are directly influence your community. People who own businesses, single parents that are not very well off that have a chance to have a voice. Um, you know, um, Business owners, um, just people within the community and who have lived here, who have a stake here, who have children in the community, um, and to be able to have like-minded people with the same values, conservative values, um, just getting a chance to have that voice and really know who you're voting for on a one-on-one
How many times have
basis.
you heard this where somebody got an endorsement of a central committee and went on and won their election, and then a year later everybody's complaining about, well, they did nothing that they said they were going to do and they're still doing nothing, and wow, what a disappointment that was. Well, they didn't show up. They didn't know in advance. They weren't involved in the meetings. They weren't there to actually vote. Which candidate do you want us to endorse? We like this one. Okay, let's get behind this one then. We're all in agreement.
So,
Well, not maybe all, but the majority are. Yeah, let's get behind this person. And then
so
there's
yeah,
accountability there, isn't there?
there is accountability, and that is something why we have our own little, movement happening and wanting to really bring strength back to Republicans here in Sacramento. Um, I think there's fear, because things have been the same way for so long, and everybody's like, "Ooh," and I'm like, "Why not?" I'm,
Who's running the show there
instead of
now?
everybody complaining, let's do it.
Who's
Let's
running the
do it.
show? Sacramento GOP, Sac County GOP. Who's running the show there? Who's the chair?
Betsy Mahan. Mahan. I think I'm saying that correctly.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I've never actually met Betsy, but I have yet to hear one great thing where people go, "Oh yeah, doing a fine job." Not hearing that. Is that somebody
Yeah,
you're running
well,
against or running? I mean, how does that work? Have I by me even saying that, have I just given you a whole lot of trouble?
um, not really.
Okay, good.
Everybody gets to have their own opinion, right?
Mhm.
Um, I think it's time for a change though. I think we've been doing things the same way for a long time. I'm a new voice. I'm a little fearless, and
I know, it's what I like about you.
I think it's time for a change. I think we need more strength and more vocal people instead of people that just go with, oh, we need to vote the way that person's voting, or we're going to hear about it. And eh, I'm going to vote what's right. I'll hear about it later. I don't care. You
Excellent.
know.
Now, how many
Um,
people are on this board or part of this committee?
um. Well, they have the usual. You have your chair and the treasurer, and all the people that
I
have
see the people
titles.
up on stage, in the county where I attend,
Right.
and
So
it's
it's
always the
similar.
same
It's
people,
it's the same. It's the
but
same as Placer.
there are more, though, behind the scenes that I'm just now learning about.
Right. So each area, so you have your supervisor, right, for your area. And so there's a certain amount of seats, depending on the census kind of a thing. And it changes, obviously, it just changed where what areas. Um, so that tells you how many seats you can have for that area. So I'm in supervisor Sue Frost's area, and there's 9 openings. There's 15 people total running.
Wow.
Okay. So I have a pretty good chance. I'm
Does
new
it ch
though, so my name hasn't been around a lot.
Well, hopefully that changes with the, 2 people who watch my show. That'll be a couple more.
I love you, Charlie. Ah,
So,
no,
listen, both of you
we're gonna get it
support
out there. What
support
was
Marina.
that?
I said both of
Oh,
you
thank
support
you.
Marina. So
Thank you, thank you.
how does this work? Is it like if you're running for office, you have to get donations, or how does it work? Walk us through it.
So no endorsements, nor no donations.
Well, you can get
Some
endorsement.
wonderful. No, you don't need them. You
Okay.
don't need endorsements. This is kind of like, well, no, not even kind of like. So basically, it's you're going door to door and you're telling people these are my values, and if you believe in Republican values, we're the same. Um, yeah, you don't need endorsements. You just need people to vote for you. um,
But people who are already a part of that
Oh, the
GOP group.
Republican. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
be Republican, registered Republican.
But you also have to be already a member of that central committee, don't you? To be able to vote for
No, you
you?
don't. No,
Oh, did not know that.
no,
Okay.
no. You
Yeah,
just
I'm
have to go
learning.
file the paperwork. And luckily, we have some nice ladies in our group that made wonderful flyers for us.
Look
And
at
this is for
that.
area 3 and 4. So
Well
there's
done.
area one through 5.
Okay.
So area 1, 2, and 5 had just enough people so they don't even have to be on the ballot. Only
But
3
your
and 4
name's
are on
not
the ballot.
your name is not going to be on the ballot come March 5th in the primary
Yes, it
election.
is. It
Okay.
is. Yes.
If you're a Republican, this is
So
the Republican primary, March 5th.
correct.
Yeah.
So if you're Republican, my name will be on your ballot March 5th.
If I live in your district.
If you live in my yes,
Okay.
in
See,
District 4, yes.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm new. I mean, I've been a goofball top 40 DJ and country music DJ most of my career. I only got into the whole
Yeah.
talk side of things like right about the start of COVID.
Yeah.
When I lost my gig with the Salem Media Group and just thought, well, what do I do now? I know I'll try a podcast. So I frankly, I I'm not going to try and act like I know everything. I really don't. I
I don't
love
know
to ask questions. I
everything,
love yeah, well, you know more
but
than
people
me.
are like, you need to do this or you need to do that. And I was involved in so many groups, and then I reeled myself back in, and I said, this is the perfect place for me. It's like a filtration, right? So I get all this information from all these different candidates, and I like being behind the scenes, but I'm like, if this person is really who this person's saying they are, they're going to do some really good things for our community. And so I don't, I want to really know who you are. Like, we just recently had a new candidate for school board in San Juan School District. Manuel Perez got the position. And let me put it this way: we went to the SAC Anime together with his family, me and my son. I walked and knocked on doors for him. He's just a great person. So I get to know you in a as personal as I can before you're going to get my vote or my support.
I love it.
And once you
I
get it,
love it.
it's
Now,
forever.
how many others have you seen in just your short experience with these central committees? Which I'm another thing I never really knew about until I got involved with talk radio and doing all that. Never knew about the your different county GOP central
I didn't
committees as they
know.
called it.
I didn't know. But they're like,
Yeah.
Marina, we need you to do this. I'm like, okay. So I came, and then you learn. If you don't,
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of like a fly by the seat of your pants kind of gal. So I mean, if you don't try it, you're never gonna know, right? So yeah, Anna Robaugh reached out to me when she was running for Folsom City Council. I went to one of her like fundraising events, and we just started talking and we just hit it off. And then I saw her out on the street, and I'm driving my school bus, and she's out there with her signs, and I'm like, hey. And we just got to know each other. And she's like, you need to be on Central Committee. And I'm like, what? What's that? And then I realized how really important it is. It's important to be supported by the GOP Central Committee, you know?
Really, the only good thing that happened due to the whole shutdown was
Yes.
women like you seeing these online classes and going, I'm sorry, what did that teacher just say? What did she just tell you? What did he just teach you? And you all were stunned. And that's when you started showing up to school board meetings. And my one
Yeah.
question when I first got involved and started reporting on it and what was going on and actually being there and posting some of the stuff that was going on in the meetings, my biggest
Shocking.
question was where are the men? Where are the
Was
men?
what?
Where
Oh, the
are
men.
the men?
Yeah, there was a lot of like daddy movements. They just didn't take off.
Yeah.
I think moms are just we're more vicious. I don't know. um
I love it. I am proud of the conservative women that I have become friends with and gotten to know. I think you're all fantastic, and I thank God for you, and I thank God for the strength that He gave you, because I've seen some
we're protecting
pretty
our babies.
I've seen some pretty fearless women jump right in the middle of it. And
Same
the fact
here.
that you're getting involved and actually putting your name out there and saying, "Why not? I'm going for it." is a bravery beyond what so many other people have who are just like, oh, I just want to get involved. Just tell me
I
where to go
think
and I'll show up.
people have a lot of fear when it's not something that you feel comfortable with. And I was never really comfortable with politics, but I was more angry than wanting to be comfortable. I think that's what pushes me. Um, so that's why my fear doesn't really hold me back. I
Mhm.
want I don't like what's happening. So you kind of overcome you learn as you go. That's what life is. You learn as you go.
Right.
So I go
So I
where
go,
I'm needed.
and you are. So how do we help? How do we get involved? Anything we can do other than just
Um,
get the word out
yes. So if you want to post our our flyer
list
with our I'm not good at this. Here we
with
go.
the names.
Our
Yeah.
flyer,
No.
it lists off all of our values and the two areas that will be on the ballot, 3 and 4. And all the people that we need
Where do
we
we
need
find that? Do
support.
you have
We
a
need door
where do we find
knocking.
that? Do you oh, volunteers. Okay, there we go. Do you have a
Yes.
website that we can go to see that?
Yes, you can go to www.sragop.org.
SRA stands for Sacramento Republican Assembly, right?
Yes, gop.org.
SRAGOP.org,
You got it.
right? SRAGOP.org. SRA,
Yes.
the Republican Assembly, is basically the conscience of the Republican Party, as Ronald Reagan called it. Another group I had no idea even existed until I started getting
Yeah,
involved. And now that
it
I
was
know, I realize, first of all, I realize two things. One, how vitally important they are. And the other one is how much they suck at promotion. How come I never even heard of them? I've been a Republican all my whole adult life. I've been a conservative. I didn't even know about the
yeah.
Republican Assembly, CRA, SRA, uh,
It really
PRA.
confused me in the beginning. Yeah.
It is confusing.
You
It is
kind of have to like I'm like, wait a minute. There's the CRA, the SRA, and then the Central Committee, and it's a
MIC,
lot.
KEY, MOUSE.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
I know.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Maybe some 3x5 cards. Put SRA and then flip it, and Sacramento. I mean, that's how I remember stuff. Is I write everything down. Um, yeah, I make my son do it too. He hates 3x5 cards, but it works.
So anyway, how do we find you? How do we get involved? How do we help?
I'm giving people my phone number and my email. Yeah,
You know
I've
what?
been passing it out to them. I don't,
You have to.
if you wanna help, you wanna walk, you wanna knock on doors with me. I make my son do it. He's
How
helpful.
do we
He
do
writes
it?
stuff
Do
down.
you wanna give that stuff out now, or do you want us to find you
Yeah, I'm
online?
fine
Do
with
you want to
that.
find your Facebook page? How do we find you? How do we help?
Oh, we could do Facebook would be great, and people could just DM
Okay.
me or yeah. So the Facebook page is Sacramento School Districts United.
Districts
And
with an S on the end? Districts with an S on the end?
yes, plural.
Sacramento
Because
School District
I've yes, because I want
United.
to help any school board that needs help getting candidates on, new school board members. And
Hey,
right
by the
now
way
yes.
no, go ahead. You said that
Elk
right
Grove
now.
has a new person, Heidi Moore, and she's going to need some backing. I'm going to be knocking on some
Oh,
doors for her too.
very good.
Yeah.
And in case anybody's wondering or asking, Marina makes a whole lot of money doing this. As a matter of fact, she's getting independently wealthy running for this little office, and everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, 0. I'm sorry, I got bad information there. I guess. Yeah, that's the thing we got to remember. All these people in these central committees, I've seen them put in amazing amounts of work and time, and there's two things driving them. One is love of county, state, country, where they live, and love for God, love for the Lord, love for we see a different way, we see a better way, we believe. And so we put our lives, our reputations, our time on the line because we
Yes.
believe this is the best way to return things to a little bit of sanity. Because we're running off the rails right now, man. We're heading for a cliff. This state, they're polluting children's minds. You can do whatever you want with your own stupid adult body. But the moment you start jacking with children, you have a whole new set of problems with people like us.
Mama bears.
We're gonna sit back and let you do it anymore. And we're coming after you. And that's why I love Marina Gabel and people like
Thank
her
you.
who are actually putting their lives, reputations, and time on the line. Well done,
Thank
girl.
you, Charlie. Thank you.
Absolutely. You bet. My pleasure. I'm Charlie Simons. This is Do Not Talk. And you want to help this ministry stay on the air? You can buy yourself a nice little shirt, God Family Country right here, or a nice, thick, soft shirt with a collar. It stays where it's actually supposed to be around your neck. I hate these droopy shirts. This is a good quality shirt and a 15-ounce coffee mug. Do Not Talk, where we talk about two things you're never supposed to talk about: religion and politics. At do-not-talk.com. Also, buy American, support American. Over 400 products available. Everything from for facial care to cleaning your floors. Anything, laundry detergent, it's soap, it's food, anything you can think of, you can find it and buy American. A company out of Idaho Falls, Idaho. Support me and get involved with this and buy your products from that and fire these big corporations. And that's at freedomswitchusa.com/Charlie. Yeah. freedomswitchusa.com/Charlie. May God bless you and keep you. May God bless America. But most importantly, may America bless God.